amid an atmosphere of celebration. The colors of the sky and the city harmonized with the joyous memories of victory. The crowd erupted in cheers as they witnessed the ceremony of honor. Nabu, as he was known among the people, advanced within his sword at his side, clad in gleaming iron armor. He knelt before the king of Babylon, who raised his voice and declared,
Nabu, the divine protector of the kingdom. One day, I will be that person again. Now, let's write the story. Welcome to my little empire. What do you think about the new room? I disappeared for a month because we moved to our new house. It was a big step, but also a painful one, because we left that old house. But never mind, let's cut to the chase. Since I created this channel called The Writer by Ali Hussam, I never told any stories or made anything related to writing. But today, you will watch the first stories from this book. Yes, I've written my first collection of stories after a long break from writing. Today, I will unleash my magical writing talent. You will hear enjoyable stories that teach you wise lessons about life, and later you will realize how great this writer is. So, let's begin.
You will become a demon. You will become a demon. Shut up.
There was a little boy who was 10 years old. He lived in a small village where kind people lived. They all knew each other as if they were one family. This boy was famous for lying. He had a talent for making up stories and lies. He used to spread rumors among the people to scare them. One day, the boy was swimming with his friends in the lake. While they were swimming, one of the boys got his leg stuck underwater. He was struggling and shouting for help. Everyone left and did not hear him, except the little boy. The boy ran quickly and told the villagers that a crocodile had eaten the boy. The people rushed to the lake, but they didn't find him. Because of this lie, nobody dared to swim in the lake anymore. After 1 month, the boy spread another rumor. He said that a fire had started in the last field of crops. The villagers hurried there, but they found nothing. They asked the boy if what he said was true, but he invented another lie and got himself out of the situation. He continued lying and escaping from trouble every time until that unlucky day arrived. The boy was playing with fireworks at night with his friend. They were playing near the large field that contained all the village crops. While they were playing, the boy accidentally launched a firework toward the field. The field caught fire and a huge blaze started. Everyone in the village noticed it. The villagers rushed to the scene. They collected water from the well and carried it to the field to put it out the fire. But because the flames spread very quickly, they could not stop the fire in time. All the crops were burned. The thick smoke from the fire caused everyone to have difficulty breathing. The next day, the villagers asked the boy about the cause of the fire. He told them that his friend had started it because he was afraid of being punished. Then they asked the other boy, and he told them the truth. A woman who had witnessed the event also confirmed his story. The boy became frightened and ran away from the villagers and from his family. He left the village and went far away. The boy became alone in the middle of a forest. He kept walking and walking for a long distance. Night came and he felt tired, cold, and hungry. Finally, he reached an isolated house beside a river. He knocked on the door to ask for help. An old man with a long white beard opened the door. The old man asked, "Are you lost?" The boy said, "Yes, I'm lost, and I would like some food." The old man welcomed him into his warm house and gave him food. After the boy had eaten enough, the old man asked him why he was lost. The boy said that a river had carried him all the way to this place. The old man replied, "Why are your clothes not wet?" The boy answered, "The river dried up while I was walking." The old man said, "But the river has been calm. How did it carry you away?" The boy became nervous and couldn't answer. The old man said, "Are you lying to me while I am a master of lies? Tell me the truth." The boy told him everything that had happened. The old man understood his situation and told him that he had once been exactly the same. He used to lie to people and trick them when he was young. As he grew older and became a young man, he owned a flock of sheep. Whenever he became bored, he would call the villagers for help and tell them that wolves were attacking his sheep. The villagers would rush to help him, but they would find no wolves. The sheep would be completely safe. Then he would laugh and say, "It was only a joke." He repeated the same trick another time. Again, the villagers came and found nothing. The next day, wolves really attacked the flock. The shepherd went to ask for help, but nobody believed him. He couldn't protect his sheep by himself. The wolves ate his sheep. After that incident, people started making fun of him and calling him the lying shepherd. He couldn't escape their mockery, so he left the village and lived alone in this house far away from people. Since that day, he learned an important lesson. He said to the boy, "The rope of lies is short. Every lie a person tells makes him lose his credibility and the trust of others." The boy learned the lesson. He told the old man that he would never lie again. The old man asked him to apologize to everyone. The next day, the old man went with the boy to the village. Everyone welcomed them, but they were still angry with the boy. The old man introduced himself and told the villagers his full story. He explained that the boy was sorry for what he had done and that he had learned his lesson. Then he asked the boy to apologize. The boy apologized to everyone and promised that he would never lie to them again. There was a man who had reached the age of 40. Before his wife died, they had 2 sons. He named the first one Hakim and the second one Muhayman. Hakim was 1 year older than his brother Muhayman. Hakim was completely different from his brother. Hakim was calm, while Muhayman was naughty and troublesome. Their father noticed this difference. Whenever he tried to teach and guide Muhayman, the boy would disobey him and repeat the same mistakes. However, the father never treated them differently. He loved both of them very much. As the boys grew older, they entered school. Hakim cared about his studies. The teachers always praised him for his good behavior and hard work. His brother was the opposite. He didn't care about his lessons and didn't listen to his teachers. He loved playing and sometimes caused problems at school. When the boys became teenagers, their father started taking them with him to help in his work. Hakim helped his father carry wood and work as a carpenter. He was learning his father's profession. Muhammad, however, hated working. He left the job and started spending time with bad friends. The father's attempts to change Muhammad's behavior didn't work. In fact, he became worse little by little. He had a bad reputation and poor manners. He never listened to his father and never thought about what was good for him. All he cared about was enjoying life's pleasures. Years passed, and the boys became young men. Hakim completed his education. He became a wise, kind, and respectful person. He graduated from university and became a lawyer. Muhammad's situation became worse. The father became tired of all the problems his son caused. These problems were damaging his reputation. One day, Muhammad asked his father for money so he could go out with his friends. His father refused. Muhammad became angry and shouted at him. The father said, "Because you do not deserve it because of your actions." After a long argument, Muhammad hit his father and took the money by force. The father angrily said, "Leave and do not come back to me again."
Muhammad left and never returned. Years passed and the father died.
Hakim succeeded in his work and became a judge. Muhammad joined gangs and became a criminal. However, he didn't continue forever. One day, he was arrested during a robbery operation. Muhammad was taken to court. The judge was his own brother. Hakim was surprised by the situation. The public prosecutor informed him that Muhammad was accused for several crimes. Muhammad asked his brother to forgive him. His lawyer tried to defend him, but Hakim gave his decision. He sentenced him to 10 years in prison. Muhammad objected and shouted, "I'm your brother. How can you send me to prison for such a long time?" Hakim stood up and said, "Our father warned you many times. He advised you again and again to follow the right path and become a good person. But every time you disobeyed him, he died while you were still the same. Whoever follows the right path, pleases God and his parents, and behaves well, God will grant him success in this life. But whoever follows the wrong path and commits evil deeds will be punished and receive what he deserves, and you will receive your punishment." Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something useful from it. I look forward to see you again in another video with the new stories from this exciting series. Peace to those who came and farewell to those who left.